You better take 3 steps back or I'm calling the sheriff, she shrieked one morning, barefoot on her neighbor's grass, silk robe flapping in the breeze, and a coffee mug that read Ho Queen clenched in her hand. You're in violation, Lisa had declared to her neighbor earlier, jabbing a finger. Violation of what? He asked, baffled. The Green Space Ordinance. That side yard is community property now. I've reviewed the map. I'm not in your HOA, he replied. This land's been mine since 2009, per my deed. Lisa smirked. Fake, she spat, tossing his documents into the dirt. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, a conflict erupted involving a homeowner, Lisa, and her local homeowners association over a no trespassing sign that she placed on her property. Frustrated by what she perceived as encroachment on her land by a neighbor, Lisa decided to take a stand. She installed the sign to assert her property rights and discourage anyone from wandering onto her lawn. Property lines are the invisible boundaries that define the extent of a homeowner's land. These lines are crucial in real estate as they determine ownership rights and responsibilities. Knowing where your property begins and ends is essential not only for personal use, but also for legal purposes. Misunderstanding these boundaries can lead to disputes with neighbors, especially when it comes to fences, landscaping, or even those pesky no trespassing signs. To establish property lines accurately, a property survey is conducted. This process involves a licensed surveyor who uses specialized tools and techniques to measure and map out the land. The surveyor examines public records, existing property deeds, and physical markers on the ground to determine the precise boundaries. Once the survey is complete, homeowners receive a detailed report that outlines their property lines, often accompanied by a map for visual reference. Understanding your property lines is vital for several reasons. First, it helps you avoid unintentional encroachments on your neighbor's land, which can lead to conflicts and even legal action. Second, knowing your boundaries allows you to make informed decisions about improvements or changes to your property, such as building a fence or planting trees. Lastly, clear knowledge of your property lines can empower you to stand your ground in disputes with HOAs or neighbors, ensuring that your rights as a homeowner are respected. Being aware of your property lines is not just a matter of pride, it's a fundamental aspect of responsible homeownership. Homeowners associations, or HOAs, play a significant role in managing residential communities. An HOA is an organization made up of homeowners within a specific neighborhood or development, and its primary purpose is to maintain the community's appearance, property values, and overall quality of life. By establishing and enforcing rules and regulations, HOAs aim to create a harmonious living environment that benefits all residents. One of the key functions of an HOA is to set forth a set of guidelines that homeowners must follow. These rules can cover a wide range of topics, including property maintenance, architectural standards, landscaping, and even noise levels. For instance, an HOA may require homeowners to obtain approval before making exterior changes to their homes, such as painting or adding a fence. While these regulations are designed to uphold community standards, they can sometimes feel restrictive to residents who wish to express their individuality. Conflicts between HOAs and residents are not uncommon. Disputes often arise over issues like violations of HOA rules, such as unapproved renovations or failure to maintain property appearance. Homeowners may feel that the HOA is overstepping its authority, while the HOA may argue that enforcing rules is essential for preserving property values. Additionally, misunderstandings about the rules can lead to frustration on both sides, creating a tense atmosphere within the community. Understanding the role of HOAs is crucial for homeowners. While they can provide valuable services and maintain community standards, it's essential for residents to be aware of their rights and responsibilities to navigate potential conflicts effectively. You better take 3 steps back or I'm calling the sheriff, she shrieked one morning, barefoot on her neighbor's grass, silk robe flapping in the breeze, and a coffee mug that read, Ho Queen, clenched in her hand. "You're in violation," Lisa had declared to her neighbor earlier, jabbing a finger. "Violation of what?" he asked, baffled. "The Green Space Ordinance. That side yard is community property now. I've reviewed the map." "I'm not in your HOA," he replied. "This land's been mine since 2009 per my deed." Lisa smirked. "Fake," she spat, tossing his documents into the dirt. A professional surveyor, called in by the neighbor, later clarified the boundaries. "According to the county records and GPS verification, your sign is actually 2 feet over the line," he said, pointing with a digital level. "It's not just a matter of opinion. When it comes to property disputes and issues of trespassing, understanding the legal framework is essential. Property rights are governed by a combination of state laws, local ordinances, and common law principles. Generally, property owners have the right to use and enjoy their land as they see fit, as long as they do not infringe on the rights of others. Trespassing occurs when someone enters another person's property without permission, which can lead to legal consequences for the trespasser. In disputes like the one involving HOA Lisa, several legal actions may be considered. Homeowners can file a complaint with their local court if they believe their property rights have been violated. This could involve seeking an injunction to remove a trespassing sign or to stop a neighbor from encroaching on their land. Additionally, homeowners may pursue damages if they can prove that the trespassing has caused them financial harm or emotional distress. Navigating property disputes can be complex, and the laws governing these issues can vary significantly from one jurisdiction to another. This is why consulting with legal professionals is crucial. An attorney specializing in real estate law can provide valuable insights into property rights, help interpret local regulations, and guide homeowners through the legal process. They can also assist in negotiating with HOAs or neighbors to reach a resolution without resorting to litigation. As one real estate attorney in the dispute noted after reviewing the case, "Oh, this is going to be fun." In Lisa's case, a legal standoff was narrowly on the horizon thanks to a neighbor's initiative to pursue a case rather than finding closure between themselves. However, this seemingly straightforward action quickly spiraled into a contentious dispute with the HOA. Upon noticing the sign, the HOA board took immediate action. They argued that the sign violated community guidelines, which emphasized a welcoming atmosphere and prohibited certain types of signage. The HOA sent Lisa a formal notice, demanding that she remove the sign, citing concerns about aesthetics and community harmony. This left Lisa feeling cornered and misunderstood, as she believed she was merely protecting her property rights. The misunderstanding regarding property lines further complicated the situation. Lisa had not conducted a recent survey of her property, leading her to believe that the sign was well within her rights. Lisa was outraged. "They want to talk about harmony? Maybe they should start with the family that parks their flamingo pink RV on the lawn every weekend," she snapped during a heated HOA meeting, slamming her coffee mug, emblazoned with the words HOA Queen, onto the table. The implications of the sign were significant. For Lisa, it represented her right to assert boundaries. For the HOA, it was a symbol of discord. But the real storm began when Lisa took it further. One morning, a neighbor stepped outside to mow his lawn, only to find Lisa, barefoot and furious, standing on his grass. "You better take 3 steps back or I'm calling the sheriff," she shrieked, clutching that infamous mug like it was a badge of office. The neighbor, stunned, stared. His mower hummed between them. "Lisa, you're on my property. You're not even close to the property line." She smirked. "The HOA has reclassified this area as community green space. Check the new ordinance." He did, and what he found was worse than expected. A drone survey, followed by a professional inspection, revealed that Lisa's patio, sunroom, and outdoor fireplace extended 6 feet onto his land. Her home, approved by the HOA years prior, had been built partially on property she didn't own. When he confronted her with the evidence, Lisa laughed. Fake news. Those images are AI-generated lies. You're calling the survey fake? He asked, baffled. I'm calling you a liar and a menace to the neighborhood, she hissed before storming off. But the footage didn't lie. It went viral. A local Facebook group exploded with comments. Memes circulated. People started calling her Boundary Line Lisa. Things escalated further. Lisa began harassing the neighbor with bogus violations. 15 in one day, citing everything from unauthorized bird feeders to grass exceeding height regulations. The HOA security guards, two teenagers in a golf cart, started circling his yard, jotting notes. Just following orders, one said sheepishly. The neighbor's attorney, Rachel, was unshakable. We're going to file a quiet title action and bury her in paperwork if they don't back down. Lisa tried to rally support at an HOA meeting. He's destroying our community spirit, she wailed. One board member whispered, you're the one who built on his land. When the county inspector came, tipped off anonymously about an illegal shed, he apologized after seeing the permits. Off the record, he said, Lisa's name comes up a lot. The court date came. Lisa, wearing a leopard print blazer and oversized sunglasses, strutted into the courtroom with a binder-toting lawyer in tow. The judge reviewed the drone footage, surveys, and Lisa's tantrum video. Do you have a counter-survey? He asked her lawyer. Silence. The ruling. Lisa was in violation. The HOA had failed to vet her build. The neighbor was awarded damages, a restraining order, and full rights to his land. The HOA was ordered to settle or dismantle the encroaching structure. Lisa was furious. She screamed about corruption and deep fake videos, but the board had had enough. A week later, the HOA voted. Lisa was removed as president in a unanimous decision. Her reign was over. She tried to rally neighbors with flyers. No one came. Eventually, a for sale sign appeared in her yard, but the property wouldn't sell, not with part of her house legally occupying someone else's land. She moved out in silence. The neighbor, he built a 6-foot red fence right on the boundary line. Locals started calling it the Lisa Wall. He listed the strip on Airbnb as an urban camping experience. $49 a night. It sold out every weekend, covering all his legal fees. And Lisa, last seen arguing with a moving company about how to stack her leopard print pillows. As one neighbor put it, the HOA lost a tyrant and we gained our peace. Whether it's discussing property lines, HOA rules, or specific grievances, approaching the conversation with an open mind can lead to a more amicable resolution. If direct communication doesn't yield results, many HOAs even have mediation provisions in their bylaws, making it a practical option for homeowners. Documentation is another critical aspect of resolving property disputes. Keeping detailed records of communications, agreements, and any relevant incidents can provide essential evidence if the situation escalates. This documentation can be invaluable in negotiations or legal proceedings, as it helps establish a clear timeline and context for the dispute. An attorney with expertise in real estate law can offer guidance on your rights, help interpret HOA regulations, and advise on the best course of action. By combining open communication, mediation, thorough documentation, and legal counsel, homeowners can effectively resolve disputes and maintain a harmonious living environment. Conflicts involving property lines, trespassing, and HOA regulations are more common than many homeowners realize. While the stakes may seem small, like the placement of a sign or a stretch of lawn, the underlying issues of autonomy, legality, and shared governance can spark serious disputes. As the story of Lisa illustrates, failing to clarify property boundaries or to understand the limitations of HOA authority can lead to escalations that affect not just individual relationships, but the broader atmosphere of a community. Responsible homeownership involves more than maintaining curb appeal. It requires knowledge of your land, your rights, your responsibilities, and the wisdom to navigate conflict with both firmness and tact. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful tales of resilience and justice. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable insights and stories that resonate with homeowners everywhere. Thank you for watching Work Story, and see you in the next one.